You probably don't think about your bathroom that much. It's just where you start the day, maybe where you end it. But what if I told you that one quiet corner of your bathroom could be the reason money keeps slipping through your fingers? Every home has energy. That's not just philosophy, it's observation. Some spaces feel heavy, others feel calm. And sometimes, despite all your efforts to budget better, to save more, to work harder, things just keep feeling stuck. It's not about what you're doing wrong, it's about what your space might be holding onto. Here's what most people don't realize. In Feng Shui, the bathroom is one of the most powerful energy points in your home. Why? Because it's where things get washed away, literally and energetically. Water flows in, water flows out, and with it goes the subtle rhythm of your financial energy. When that rhythm is off, when the space is cluttered, ignored, or unbalanced, it doesn't just affect how your home feels. It starts to influence how your money flows or doesn't. Now here's the part that might surprise you. There's one specific window of time, just a few days in October, when energy is naturally shifting. The seasons are turning, the light is changing, and the air carries a certain kind of clarity. That's when this simple bathroom ritual becomes more than symbolic. That's when it can help unlock a flow you didn't even know had stopped. This isn't about superstition, it's about awareness. About learning to use your space with intention. Because when you change the energy of even one small corner, something else begins to move too. And in this case, that something might just be the way your money starts staying instead of disappearing. Section 1. There's a place in your home still breathing out scarcity. There's a place in your home you use every single day. You don't think much about it. You go in, you come out, you keep moving, but something lingers there. Not the steam on the mirror, not the scent of soap. It's something quieter, something older, something you felt but never named. Scarcity. It doesn't look like much. Maybe a few towels thrown on the floor, a faucet that drips at night, a cabinet with too many things you no longer use. But in Feng Shui, that space, the bathroom, is more than just a place to clean your body. It's where your home breathes out what it no longer needs. And if that breath is blocked, ignored, or trapped in old patterns, the rest of your life feels it. Especially your finances. Most people don't connect the dots. You scrub the floors, you pay your bills, you try to stay positive. But deep down, there's this hum, this sense that money comes in and goes right back out, that you're constantly catching up. That no matter how hard you work, it always feels tight. Like something unseen is tugging the rug just as you're about to stand. And here's the hard truth. It might not be your fault, it might not be your effort, it might be your space. Energy is real, you felt it. When you walk into a room after an argument and it still feels tense. When you enter a cozy coffee shop and your shoulders drop. When you sit in your car alone in silence and suddenly feel everything. That's energy. And your home carries it, holds it, and if you're not careful, stores it in places you don't look. The bathroom, more than any other space, is the most forgotten when it comes to energy flow. And yet, it's where water moves constantly. And in Feng Shui, water is wealth. Think about it. Every flush, every rinse, every drip carries energy away. But if that water is moving through clutter, dimness, or emotional residue, it doesn't just cleanse, it drains, not just physically. Energetically, you might be unknowingly washing away the very abundance you've been trying to attract. Now, this isn't about fear. It's not about superstition. It's about awareness. In the same way you wouldn't pour fresh coffee into a dirty cup, you can't expect wealth to stay in a space that hasn't been cleared, intentionally, deliberately. Because energy doesn't respond to hustle, it responds to presence. And here's what most people miss. Your bathroom holds patterns it remembers. Every rushed morning, every exhausted shower, every moment you looked in the mirror and felt not enough. Those emotions don't vanish. They linger low and quiet in corners and surfaces, not to haunt you, but to be released. And if you don't release them, they turn into stagnation, into slow drains, into that feeling that your life is inching forward while others seem to leap. You don't need to renovate your bathroom. You don't need to buy expensive crystals. What you need is to recognize the pattern. That this space, this overlooked everyday space, is speaking, not in words, but in flow or the lack of it. When the energy in your bathroom is stale, heavy, or chaotic, it mirrors your financial life. That's not magic, that's alignment. Because your environment doesn't lie, it reflects you back to yourself moment by moment. October is an especially powerful time to notice this. It's the season of letting go. Nature sheds, light softens, the air cools. It's not the end of the year, it's the turning inward. And your home is calling for that same shift, to shed, to clear, to prepare. And where does that clearing begin? Not in your wallet, not in your mindset. In the space where water meets silence. In the place you barely notice. The place where things go to be flushed away. This is the emotional core of Feng Shui, that your space is alive with memory, emotion, and potential. That wealth doesn't just come from strategy or luck, it flows to the places that can hold it. And if your bathroom is holding onto the past, it can't hold your future. So look around, not with judgment, but with gentle clarity. Is your bathroom holding light, or is it dim, ignored, overstuffed? Is there movement in the air, or does it feel stagnant, like a room no longer breathing? Has water become sacred, or just background noise? You don't need to answer right away. But feel this, your home is listening. Your life is listening. And sometimes the first step toward change isn't working harder. It's noticing where the energy has stopped moving, then choosing softly to move with it again. This is where everything begins, not with a financial decision, not with a spreadsheet, but with a quiet corner, a moment of presence, and the willingness to release. Because when you shift the energy of your bathroom, the place that breathes out what's no longer needed, you shift the way money shows up, stays, and supports you. And that shift doesn't scream, it whispers, it invites, it waits for you to say, "I'm ready now." Section 2. October, the only time of year to flush out old lack. Something happens in October that most people never notice. They feel it in the air but can't name it. They notice the shadows stretching longer, the mornings arriving cooler, the evenings ending faster. The trees begin to release their leaves, not in sadness but in knowing. And without realizing it, your body starts to want the same thing, to let go. This isn't a season of death, it's a season of release. And release is different. It's not about losing, it's about making space. October carries a kind of softness that feels like truth, and in that truth something stirs, especially in the parts of your life that feel heavy, slow, or stuck. That's why in Feng Shui and other ancient energy practices, October is considered a sacred transition point, a natural gateway where the energy of the earth shifts from expansion into stillness, from growing outward to rooting inward. And that shift, it doesn't just happen outside your window. It needs to happen inside your home. Inside your space, inside you. Most of us are conditioned to push through, keep moving, get to the holidays, finish the year strong. But this month offers a different wisdom, a quieter invitation. It says, what if the reason money feels blocked, relationships feel off, or energy feels drained, has nothing to do with effort and everything to do with what you're still carrying? Because here's the truth, prosperity doesn't land in a cluttered field. It doesn't bloom in soil that's already full of roots that no longer bear fruit. There's a rhythm to receiving, and in that rhythm, October is the breath out, the exhale before the inhale of new opportunity. And just like nature, you need to release before you can receive. That's why this is the only time of year I ask people to go into their most private space, the bathroom, and not just clean it, but reset it. Not with bleach and paper towels, but with intention, with quiet, with awareness, because the bathroom is not just a room, it's a symbolic gate, a place where energy exits. And in October, when the veil between what we feel and what we create becomes thinner, this one space holds incredible power. Power to clear out emotional residue. Power to loosen financial stuckness. Power to reset what your space and your life are ready to release. Let's be honest. Nobody wants to talk about scarcity. It's not something we bring up over coffee. It's not something we post about. But we all feel it, the stress at the end of the month, the pressure when an unexpected expense hits, the internal panic when the numbers don't match the effort. And sometimes you can do everything right and still feel like you're standing still. That's when you have to ask a different kind of question. Not what do I need to do, but what do I need to let go of? October makes that question sacred. This is the time when nature teaches surrender. Trees don't hold onto leaves that no longer serve them. The sky doesn't apologize for getting darker. The air doesn't ask for permission to change, and maybe you don't need to either. Maybe what's blocking the flow of wealth in your life isn't a lack of action, but a lack of space. Space in your thoughts, in your energy, in your home. That's why, for a few specific days in October, the energy is primed for release. You don't have to be a spiritual master to feel it. You just have to pay attention. The same way you notice when a room feels heavy or when something just doesn't sit right, you'll notice when a space is ready to shift. And your bathroom, that small, often ignored room where water moves in and out every single day, that's where the shift wants to begin. Because in Feng Shui, water is wealth. It holds the vibration of flow, nourishment, and emotional clarity. And your bathroom is where water and energy are constantly intersecting. If that space is neglected, dark, or chaotic, it reflects back into the rhythm of your life. That's not belief, that's observation, and October doesn't ask you to believe anything. It simply offers the timing to reset what's ready to be cleared. When you understand the energy of October, you stop pushing. You start aligning. You stop chasing results. You start clearing space for them to arrive. And that's the real magic, not candles or crystals or rituals, but presence. Intention, the quiet decision to no longer carry what's too heavy to take with you into the next chapter. So yes, there's something incredibly powerful about placing the right object in the right space at the right time. But it's not about the object. It's about the shift you're willing to make when the environment around you supports it. And in October, that support is everywhere. It's in the trees, in the wind, in the silence that creeps in earlier each evening. It's the kind of support that doesn't push you, but opens the door and waits. So if you've been feeling financially stuck, emotionally drained, or energetically off, ask yourself, have I made space for something new? Have I let go, really let go of the old stories, the old patterns, the old noise? October doesn't demand big moves, it asks for honest ones. And it begins with a small space that has always been there, quietly carrying more than you knew. Let this be the month you clear it. Let this be the time you exhale, because what's waiting to come in can't do so until you do. Section 3. One small thing placed in the right corner can change your entire flow. We're taught to believe that change has to be big, that breakthroughs only come through dramatic shifts, new jobs, bold investments, major overhauls. But real transformation, the kind that lasts, almost never begins with something loud. It starts in the quiet, and sometimes in the most ordinary places, like the corner of your bathroom. That may sound strange, but think about it. How many times have you walked past that same spot? The back corner near the tub, the shelf above the toilet, the floor near the drain, without giving it a second thought. That space has been there untouched, unnoticed. And yet it holds more power than you realize, because in energy work, location is everything. Where you place something determines how it moves, and how energy moves is how life responds. In Feng Shui, there's a principle that the smallest object, when placed with intention, can shift the current of an entire home. Not because the object is magical, but because your focus is, and energy follows focus. So when you choose a space, clear it and place something meaningful there, especially during an energetic window like October. You're not just decorating. You're directing flow. Now let's be clear. This isn't about buying something expensive or exotic. The item itself is simple, familiar even. It might be something you already have, a small dry leaf with a long history of symbolism, or a pinch of salt, or a white candle you light and forget. The point is not what it is. The point is what it becomes when you give it purpose and where you choose to place it. That corner in your bathroom that's always a little darker, that spot behind the curtain you never open, that shelf that just collects things you don't use, that's where this begins. Because those corners aren't just physically stagnant, they are energetically stagnant. And when energy collects in a space and isn't cleared or redirected, it creates a kind of heaviness that subtly affects the rest of the home. And you may not see the effects right away, but they are there. In the way your mornings feel rushed, in the way money feels tight even when it shouldn't, in the tension in your shoulders that doesn't go away, Energy lives in patterns, and patterns live in places. When you break a pattern, by changing a space, you create a new possibility. That's how energy shifts. That's how flow begins again. So, what do? You start by choosing that one small corner. You don't need to make it perfect. You just need to see it, acknowledge it, clear it, wipe the dust, move the old bottles, create a clean, sacred pocket. Then you place your object there not as decoration, but as a quiet anchor for your intention. Maybe it's 3 leaves, once symbols of victory. Maybe it's salt and water, known to cleanse what can't be seen. Maybe it's a flame, lit briefly each morning as a reminder that light begins here, even in forgotten places. When you do this, you're not doing magic. You're doing alignment. You're saying, I see this space now, I claim it, I open it for flow. That's not about belief, that's about presence, and presence always shifts energy. Some people might ask, can it really make that much of a difference? And the answer is yes, because what you change in your home changes how you feel. And how you feel changes what you attract, how you act, what you allow. This is the part most people miss. Energy is not about fixing, it's about flow. And flow begins the moment something moves, even something small. So if you felt like life is paused, like money has slowed, like joy feels muted, don't force your way through it. Shift something smaller, pick a spot, play something with care. Let that action ripple out like water meeting stillness. You don't need to control everything. You just need to start the current again. And here's the most powerful part. When you walk into that bathroom tomorrow and you see what you placed, you'll remember, I moved this, I chose this, I began something new. That one moment of recognition, of softness, of intention, is the moment energy starts moving again. And when energy moves, life moves. October gives us that opening, that chance to whisper into the structure of our lives and say, I'm ready now. And it listens, not with thunder, not with lightning, but with flow, with a door that opens, an opportunity that finds you, a weight that lifts just enough to breathe better. And it all starts with something small, placed not just anywhere, but right where the stillness was strongest. This is your invitation not to do more, but to do one thing differently and let that difference echo. Section 4. Do this ritual and watch the air in your home start to shift. Sometimes change doesn't arrive with noise. It doesn't burst through the door or announce itself. It shows up quietly in the air, in the way a room feels different, in the stillness that doesn't feel stuck anymore, but clean, clear, and new. And often that kind of change begins with a ritual, not something grand or mystical, just a simple act you perform with presence, intention, heart. This one starts in the bathroom. But more than that, it starts with you choosing to show up, not rushed, not distracted, not trying to fix anything. Just open, willing to reset, to let the energy in your home and your life start breathing again. Before you begin, take a deep breath. This isn't about being perfect, it's about being present. Rituals are not performances, they are conversations between your space and your spirit, between what you've held on to and what you're ready to release. Start by clearing the space, not just tidying, but really seeing it. The corners, the countertop, the air itself. Open a window if you can. Let the stale energy out. If the room has felt closed, tight, ignored, acknowledge that. And say softly, even in your mind, this space is ready now. Because awareness begins the shift. Next, place a white candle near the sink or any safe surface. White invites clarity. Light reminds the space and your energy that renewal has arrived. When you light the candle, don't rush. Watch the flame. Let it settle. Whisper something simple like, let this light awaken clarity and open the path ahead. You don't have to believe in anything specific, just speak from a place of stillness. Then prepare a glass of water and add coarse salt. Salt is grounding. Water is flowing. Together they absorb what's unseen. Old thoughts, emotional heaviness, financial tension. Place the glass beside the candle. Imagine it pulling in anything you're ready to let go of. You don't have to name it out loud, just feel it. Let the water hold it for you. Now hold 3 bay leaves in your hands. Bay leaves have long symbolized triumph, renewal, and protection. But more than that, in this moment, they become vessels for your intention. Close your eyes, feel their texture. Breathe deeply 3 times. With each breath, imagine something lifting. Fear, fatigue, the quiet worry about money that sits behind your smile. Now whisper your affirmation. Not what you want, but what you're ready to become. Something like, I release all limitation, I allow flow to return, I am open to wealth, peace, and lightness. Say it with your full breath, not forcefully, but fully. Let it live in the space around you. Then move to the toilet, yes, the toilet, and place the leaves gently into the bowl. This is not about waste. This is about release. You're letting go of energy that has served its time. You're flushing away what no longer belongs to your next chapter. Watch the water spiral away. And as it does, imagine all that heaviness leaving with it. Not gone forever, but recycled, returned to the earth, no longer your burden to carry. Pour a small amount of the salt water into the sink, then into the toilet. These are offerings not to a deity but to balance. You are cleansing your space as you cleanse your intention, and as the water flows you may feel a subtle shift, not dramatic but undeniable. The room might feel lighter, quieter, more open. Then, gently extinguish the candle. Don't blow it out, just wave your hand or use a small dish to let the smoke rise. As it curls upward, whisper a quiet thank you to the elements, to your home, to yourself for showing up. That part matters, you showed up. And now just stand there for one moment. No phone, no agenda, just breathe. Feel the stillness. Feel how the room doesn't feel the same anymore. And more importantly, neither do you. This ritual doesn't promise overnight wealth. That's not its purpose. It promises alignment. It opens flow. It reminds your space and your nervous system that something old has been released and something new is welcome now. People often underestimate rituals. They think it's just symbolism, just woo-woo. But here's what's real. Your body understands energy before your mind does. Your home reflects what your nervous system is holding. When you shift the vibration of a space, even subtly, your emotions respond. Your thoughts soften. Your actions become more intentional. And from there, yes, your life changes. It's not about superstition, it's about energetic hygiene. Just like you wouldn't go weeks without cleaning a mirror or wiping a counter, your energetic field needs tending too. And your home, the place where you eat, sleep, worry, hope, cry, laugh, that space needs clearing. Not because it's dirty, but because it's been carrying more than you've realized. So now that the ritual is complete, what comes next? Nothing dramatic, just presence. Keep that corner clean. Revisit it when you feel blocked. Add small acts of care. Maybe fresh flowers, maybe a plant, maybe just sunlight through a window, because the air has shifted now. And once energy starts moving again, it doesn't want to stop. It wants to dance, to expand, to carry you forward in ways you won't expect but will recognize. And when it does, you'll know it started here, with a candle, with salt, with 3 small leaves, and with you standing in your bathroom, whispering that you were ready for more. Section 5. After the ritual, don't wait for money to show up. You've done the ritual. The candle is out. The water has gone. The air feels softer, quieter, like something unseen just exhaled. And now the question hangs silently in the room: what happens next? Most people, without saying it out loud, begin to wait. They wait for signs, for the bank account to rise, for the unexpected check in the mail, for the email that changes everything. But here's the thing: this ritual was never about calling money to your doorstep like a package on order. It was about clearing the static that kept you from receiving what's been circling you all along. We live in a culture obsessed with results. We want proof, movement, evidence that our efforts matter, that our rituals, prayers, and choices are working. But energy doesn't respond to pressure. It responds to openness, to space, to sustained intention. The ritual shifted the energy, but now you have to let that new current flow without chasing it, without checking the door. Because sometimes when you stop watching so closely, things begin to land, quietly, naturally, without fanfare. Not because you demanded them, but because you aligned with them. Here's the truth people forget: abundance isn't always loud. Sometimes it comes in subtle forms, like waking up without anxiety for the first time in weeks, like having an unexpected conversation that plants the seed of a new path, like realizing you're no longer afraid to look at your finances. That's not just healing, that's wealth in motion. So after the ritual, don't look for miracles, look for shifts. Notice how your mornings feel. Notice if your breath is deeper when you enter that room. Pay attention to the way the light falls through the window, how silence feels more alive, how your thoughts start to soften where they used to grip. Because what changes after a ritual is often not out there. It's you, your frequency, your receptivity, your ability to allow, and when that shifts, life meets you differently. But that meeting happens in divine rhythm, not on demand, and trusting that rhythm is part of what keeps the flow alive. This is where gratitude becomes your new ritual, not a task, not a performance, but a quiet habit, a way of acknowledging that something is working, even when you can't yet see it. Every morning before the day begins, sit in the same spot where you placed your object. Don't do anything dramatic, just breathe. Just say thank you. Thank you for what's gone, thank you for what's arriving, thank you for what's already here but not fully visible yet. That simple act, done consistently, keeps your energetic window open, because gratitude is like air. It moves energy. It draws things in, not by asking, but by saying, I already have enough space for more. And the moment you feel tempted to doubt, to wonder if the ritual worked, if anything's really different, pause. Ask yourself, what was I expecting it to look like? Because transformation doesn't always look the way we imagine. It often arrives softly, through calm, through inner steadiness, through the absence of the chaos you'd grown used to. Maybe the biggest sign that something is shifting is that you no longer feel like something's missing. And yes, eventually the external follows. A bill gets paid with ease, an opportunity appears, something opens that was once closed. But the ritual didn't make that happen. It aligned you to be ready for it when it did. So in the days and weeks that follow, focus less on watching for results and more on tending to the energy you've invited in. Keep the space clean. Keep your attention soft, keep your trust steady. Let your home know you're still listening. Let your own nervous system know you're still safe, even without instant proof. Because faith isn't passive. It's the active choice to stay aligned when nothing's confirmed yet. It's the willingness to believe you've been heard even when it's quiet. And sometimes that's the loudest energy of all. So no, don't wait for money to show up like a delivery. Live like it's already on its way. Not with arrogance, but with readiness. Organize your thoughts, clear your space, rest, move differently, love differently, treat every moment as if something good is already unfolding beneath the surface. Because it is, and when you least expect it, that goodness will surface. And you'll realize it didn't arrive suddenly, it arrived slowly, silently. From the moment you lit that candle, from the moment you said, I'm ready to release. From the moment you changed not just your space, but the energy behind it. You didn't wait for wealth. You became the place where it wanted to land. Final, so here we are. You've heard the story of a space you've walked through 1,000 times, but perhaps never truly entered. You felt the weight of the small things, the forgotten corners, the overlooked rituals, the quiet places where energy gathers and waits to be moved. And maybe, just maybe, something in you is shifting too. This wasn't about a leaf, a candle, or a glass of water. It never really was. It was about you recognizing your own power to direct the flow of your life, subtly, softly, from the inside out. It was about remembering that your home isn't just where you live, it's where your energy lives. And when you bring care, clarity, and intention to even the smallest corner, the ripple moves further than you know. Science tells us that everything is vibration, every sound, every thought, every breath. And ancient traditions echo the same truth, that energy follows focus. What you pay attention to grows, what you honor responds. That's not magic, that's alignment. That's being in rhythm with the world inside and the world around you. And maybe that's the most powerful shift of all, not in your finances, not in your circumstances, but in your awareness. Because once you see your space differently, you live differently, you breathe differently, and slowly the world starts to meet you in that new rhythm, with more ease, more clarity, and yes, more flow. If something inside you softened today, if you felt seen or still, or simply inspired to try, then this ritual has already begun. And I thank you, truly, for listening with your whole self, for allowing space, for walking with me through this quiet transformation. May your home feel lighter. May your mornings feel steadier. May your abundance arrive in ways both seen and unseen. And if no one said this to you lately, you are allowed to receive. You are worthy of flow. And the shift begins the moment you decide to make space for it. Thank you for being here, for showing up, for staying with this moment. Take a deep breath. Let it go and walk forward. Something beautiful is already on its way.